this role as drum major in 1974. And he actually was drum major when the Scots College Pipes and Drums went on their first visit in 1974 to the Edinburgh Tattoo. So no doubt that site's bringing some memories back for Steve Rebellion. They sound great. But of course, looking just beyond that image of the pipes and the drums, we can see the waving flags. Now, isn't that a sight to stir the cockles of the heart? The red, the white and the blue, this mass display of the Australian national flag, a flag which displays all the elements of Australia, the Union Jack in the corner, illustrative of our heritage and our development over the years, and of course the Southern Cross, that local constellation which oversees and is very much an image of Australia. Now, this contingent is over 300 Australian flags. They're being carried by Air Force cadets and youth club members from both New South Wales and the RSL and the Returned Services Association of New Zealand. And these flags are being carried on behalf of all veterans of all wars and conflicts. And there's a great sight, the pipes and drums of the Scots College and that mass display of our magnificent Australian flag. You know, a decision was made some years ago that a contingent of massed Australian flag should lead the procession of veterans every year, and in that way the veterans could march with the flag under once they served. Now, of course, the Air Force cadets look absolutely superb carrying that national flag. You know, we've got about 4,500 Air Force cadets across Australia. They range in age from about 13 to 20, and there's 250 of them today carrying our national flag. Now, with them and supplementing them, 60 young men and women representing the RSL Youth Clubs, New South Wales, and as I said, the Returned Services Association of New Zealand. And we'll have the formal New Zealand contingent marching a little further down. But time to just take in that vision. The black watch kilt, the Highland green of their jackets, and that mass display of Australian flags. It certainly was an innovative initiative when this mass display was introduced some 10 or so years ago now, and it is a very regular feature of this one day of the year here in Sydney. And of course, we should mention that in addition to Air Force cadets, we do have Naval and Army cadets taking part in today's parade. But now the Mounted Police escort led by Unit Commander Inspector Kirsty McFadden, and she's riding her own troop horse, Warrigal. Now, Inspector McFadden was appointed in October 2 years ago now, 2007, and she is indeed the first female officer to command this unit in its very, very long history. And it is a long history. Most people in Australia seem to be unaware that we're looking now at the oldest mounted police troop in the world, founded originally by Governor-General, by the Governor of Brisbane, and it's very fitting that they should be here today because originally the mounted police were formed from soldiers from the infantry regiments, British infantry regiments, which were serving here in Australia at the time, and they're certainly getting a great reception. A little bit of a hold up there, but we now see the Auckland District RSA youth, and of course the New Zealanders are the NZ of ANZAC. And we'll certainly see a more formal representative of the New Zealand services a little later in the march, but it's great to see all these young people over here at the moment. Don't know what they think of our weather, but a slight pause in the march as we can see, and we can see the leading elements of the march there with the band of the Royal Australian Navy. And they sounded superb at the dawn service this morning, and they're sounding just as good at the moment. And of course, they will be leading formally